With it or quit it. With it, quit it.
What?
With it.
We about to turn up in this bitch. All right. What am I winning or quitting today?
In 2015, Juju Smith-Schuster reached out via DM to Antonio Brown. Juju was at USC and AB was an all-pro wide receiver in the NFL. And yesterday, Brown posted a screen grab of a DM on Instagram, but Mr. Big Chest since deleted the post. This is a foul, to say the least. Joy. John Gruden and the Raiders should be worried about Antonio Brown in the locker room. With it or quit it?
No, not absolutely quit it, because that nothing about this should be news. Like, as egregious as we all collectively feel this is, Antonio Brown,
this is new news,
being Mr. Big Chest. I mean, I think if you were worried about him being a problem in the locker room, you wouldn't have signed him. I mean,
being Mr. Big Chest and being Mr. Petty Thumbs is two completely different things.
Okay, look, normally I'm here for the petty, as we know. Yes. I am Queen Petty. Mm-hmm. It's right there.
Right. Shuts out.
We do a segment called Petty Court. It's a thing. I wear a big crown. So I'm usually here for the petty, but this is not petty, because in order for something to be petty, it has to be effective. Like, it has to have some sting. And this is all just a collective, which is why he deleted it.
But not a bad look?
Of course it's a bad look. This is what I'm getting to. I don't think that Antonio Brown is news, like, as far as, like, being extra and, like, being a personality and doing reactionary things. I think we pretty much were past that when he went Facebook Live in the locker room after the Patriots game, or before the game for the Patriots. Like, we know what Antonio Brown is. So as far as the Raiders being worried, like, where have you been? Like, I supported Antonio Brown throughout this whole situation, but this has gotten off the rails. So Juju and him have been going back and forth, and I wouldn't necessarily call it ugly. It's just it's mostly been petty. Right. And then this happened. So he posted this DM. What's up, AB? This is a DM from Juju Smith-Schuster to Antonio Brown, as you mentioned, when he was at SC. I'm a receiver at SC. I appreciate all your work. You're a great man on off the field. Do you have any tips that can help take my game to the next level? Thanks, man. There's a screenshot, and he posted on Instagram. Now, here's the thing. When I first saw this, I was like, ooh, that could go so badly. First of all, when you are posting a DM, as we all know, anyone who has the internets and uses social media devices, if you're going to post a DM, you always ask the person whose message you're posting if it is okay if you post the message.
Yes, you almost put the question, can I post this, in the screenshot. You know what I mean? Like, the request, can I put this up? Like that, I would like to see that in the screenshot as well.
Like on the actual
screenshot?
Like
on the actual,
I mean, you take the extra precaution. Like, even if you're posting a text that someone sent you, like, can I share this? It's not something, because it's a private message. Right. It's not like someone tweets something to you and you retweeted it. Like, had Juju tweeted this to him and he retweeted it, then I'd be like, okay, that's fine. Like, it's still kind of weird.
No red flag.
But it's not an issue. Like, he looks silly in this regard, because there's nothing that he said that is wrong. Like, Juju Smith-Schuster's paying, like, respects to the greatness that Antonio Brown was at that moment, and asking for advice. So it's nothing embarrassing about that. Has anyone not asked for advice from someone that they respect before? Yeah, everyone in this room. So how does this make him look bad? Like, what did Juju say? That he doesn't respect him? Like, that he doesn't think he's good? Like, if Juju was like, I never asked for anything from you, I think you're whack, like, I've never respected you, and then he posts this, okay, understandable. But this just came out of a complete normal back and forth.
And he tried to bookend it with this. Like, the copy was hashtag on to the next. It's like, wait a minute, what? Like,
on to the next what?
Yeah, what is this? What is this here for?
So it's since been deleted, which is wise. But but the whole thing about just posting the DMs is like, people don't remember what they've DM'd people before. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not a good look. You know what I mean? I don't like it. I've been a big supporter of Antonio Brown throughout this whole process. It's time to move on. Everyone needs to go their separate ways. We get it. Things did not end in Pittsburgh well. Understood. Please, literally on to the next. Like, you're with the Raiders now. Stop talking about the Steelers. Stop talking about Juju. Stop talking about Ben. We get it. Things did not end well. We're done here. Like, we are finished. Yeah, and this is coming from Queen Petty. I was going to put this in Petty Court today, but we had to find a place to talk about Game of Thrones, so I put it here. Okay, so the thing about it is we're done. Like, Petty Court official. This is ended. I am the Queen of Petty. I have deemed it done. We're done with this. We're collectively canceling the rest of this beef.
I mean, I'm closer to canceling AB than anything else, but
No, I think he's going to have a huge year in fantasy and make a lot of people
I
happy.
don't know if he cares about playing football, but we'll move on. Okay. Where Joy was right. In the last few days, LeBron James has sat down with multiple news stations in Los Angeles explaining what went wrong during the first season with the Lakers. King James said, "Nobody expected for injuries to happen the way that they did to our franchise this year. Joy, LeBron is using his injury as a scapegoat for this disastrous Lakers season. With it or quit it."
I would with it, but I don't think that it's an excuse. I think it is a reason. I think it's the biggest reason why this season has gone the way that it has. You can point to a lot of things. You can point to
This is quality control.
the
damage control.
damage control. Yeah, I mean, he needs to hire Olivia Pope immediately. Like Olivia Pope on the job. We gotta read.
Everybody
all hands on deck.
Yeah.
All right. We even need the fixer guy that kills
I was about to
people.
say, I haven't watched in a while, but I don't know who's still alive, but whoever's still around.
Yeah, I stopped watching a long time ago.
I mean, yeah, 'cause a lot of people died.
Well, I mean, it just got to the point where it's like, we get it.
Right. The president loves you. You love him back.
It just, you know what I mean? Like, it's the same with Sons of
Save
Anarchy.
the
I love
world.
Sons of Anarchy. But after a while, it's like, dude, the whole reason I started watching the show is because you were badass bikers who were criminals. Like, criminals don't just all of a sudden just start snitching on each other. Like, everything you're doing is non-criminal-like.
Stop making criminals have
I'm
babies
not
in
a
these
criminal.
shows.
I know how to not do this. Like, I would
Amen.
not... I'm not
We get back on track
like
soon.
the car, there's the broken taillight. Anyway, the point is, and it's a different show. The point is, he needs Olivia Pope on the job. What he's doing, ironically, is what he's not doing, which is what he should be doing, is ironically what Wade did for him when he came to Miami. So the first year, it wasn't a disaster, but the finals were a disaster,
Right.
as we remember. And everyone was crushing LeBron, and the big three is a disaster and a failure, and the whole world was against them. And we all know how that ended.
I mean, it also ended
twice.
Before.
It did end,
How many
but
they predict? How many championships they predict?
A lot more than we actually got. But we did get 2 and go to 4 straight finals, which I think by anyone's standard is a success.
Yeah.
So
I'd agree.
the point is that Wade had to take a back seat to LeBron. And looking at it now, it's like, well, yeah, of course. I mean, it's LeBron James. Of course you take a back seat to LeBron. That was Wade's team.
Right.
He already had a championship. He was in his prime, or LeBron wouldn't have come in the first place. Because everyone wants to talk about his creaky knees. Like, so LeBron's signing up for an aging superstar. Like, no. Wade was in his prime.
Right.
Bosh was in his prime. LeBron was in his prime. So don't rewrite history. And Wade taking a back seat to LeBron changed NBA history. It changed life for LeBron. It changed LeBron's whole legacy because now he had a ring.
Right.
And that's what LeBron needs to be doing right now. If you're going to learn anything from this season, it's that this whole I'm separate from the team and it's King James versus the world, and I make all the decisions up top, and I'm not one of the people anymore, and it's like mogul Hollywood, me, who's going to get in the car with me? No. Who's going to drive the car with me? And not like driving Miss Daisy, I'm in the backseat, you're my chauffeur.
Right.
Like, you're the one who's going to drive the car.
Let's pack this car like a clown car, get everybody we can possibly get in to help save this franchise.
I don't doubt that LeBron is going to come back in great shape. I don't doubt that he's going to work all summer. I don't doubt that he is going to be good next year. But if you're going to bring in another player, the pitch can't be come play with me. It's come play for the Lakers, be the star alongside me. And I know that sounds crazy, but this is where we are in your career, LeBron. Like that's what has to happen. All this me, my body, ride in the car with me. Like, no.
Right.
No. You've got Giannis turning down Space Jam 2.
That's different because Giannis is different.
Giannis is different,
but he clearly doesn't understand the magnitude of what that could do for his brand.
Right, exactly. But he also does not care. Okay,
yeah,
so
that's why he's built different.
And he's not the only one that's turned it down. Like that's just the one that we know of that's come out and put his name on it. Like, I don't want to do that.
Right.
So it's happening.
Which is
so
a
it
bummer.
just the blueprint's already there. Like, everything about Miami made LeBron's career. At me if you want, bro. It's absolute facts. He did not have a championship before he came to Miami. He learned the blueprint for how to win championships in Miami, and he is now. He should be taking the blueprint for how to transition to this part of his career from Wade in Miami. Let me know when I start telling lies.
Well, LeBron is clearly a control freak, and he needs to see potential.
No, you're right.
Potential to see who he could possibly let drive the car, because he doesn't want the car to crash. He just didn't know that him driving the car this season was going to lead to a car crash.
I'm 100% with you, but it's that time. Like, I'm not saying that LeBron has, walked off a cliff as far as his body goes. I'm not saying that this can't be salvaged. I'm not saying it's the end of the world. I'm just saying, see the writing on the wall. Clearly, the backlash that you got from doing all these projects, whether they did or did not affect you, the optics of it did.
Yeah.
It's time to regroup. Start to rebuild from the bottom. It's okay. It happens. Sometimes you just got to hit refresh.
Right.
And do it the right way. You already have the answer. I just gave it to you, free of charge. Olivia Pope charges a lot. At least she does. Seems like she does on the show. She's a very nice office.
Well, I'll say this. He revealed in one of the interviews that LeBron, Lonzo, Brandon Ingram, Kuzma, they only played 22 games together. They were 15-8 during those games. Defensive rating at 4th in the NBA, offensive rating at 7th in the NBA while they played together. So Luke never really got a chance to see what that core could even do together.
For sure.
And so I want to say the injury, I do think the injury is a bit of a scapegoat because he's Hollywood and he's laying out narratives for people to feed into. But Luke really did mess up these lineups all season long.
I mean,
it was crazy
the lineups were wild, that's for sure. Like I said, the blame can go around to absolutely everyone. Yeah. And there's plenty of that blame pie to go around. But I think in this situation, the injuries were the key element to why this all started to fall apart and then snowballed into it. The answer is there. You've already seen someone do it. It's a perfect blueprint for it. Just take it. Plug and play.
Do it.